My name's Usman, and basically I'm going to explain to you how I got introduced to Learning Together.
Usman Khan was seen as a poster boy for the Learning Together initiative, where offenders and students study side by side. After his release from prison, he recorded this message praising their work.
Learning together is working together for the betterment of us all.
But the convicted terrorist used the project to carry out a deadly attack. Just hours after chatting to Saskia Jones at a prestigious Learning Together event, she became one of his victims. Jack Merritt was helping to run the event at Fishmongers Hall on London Bridge. He too was killed. Both their families critical of the failures that led up to their deaths.
It is beyond understanding and astonishing that not one of the state agencies sufficiently considered the associated risk and therefore questioned the wisdom of sending Usman Khan unaccompanied to London.
The jury at the inquests into the deaths of Jack and Saskia found a lack of accountability and serious deficiencies in the management of Khan.
Probation and police teams directly responsible for Khan's supervision were staffed by officers with little or no experience of terrorism offenders. The security services and West Midlands counter-terrorism police were complacent and passive in the face of Khan's extreme and continuing threat.
Both MI5, who were covertly monitoring him, and a multi-agency panel, including the probation service and the police, failed to recognise any risk in allowing Khan to travel alone by train from Stafford to Euston Station. This was despite potential warning signs that he was becoming more isolated in the community, showed flashes of anger, and was frustrated at not being able to find a job. On the journey, he hid a fake suicide belt under his coat before heading to Fishmongers Hall. During a break, Khan went to the toilets, took 2 knives from a bag and strapped them to his hands. He fatally stabbed Jack and Saskia and injured 3 other people. Revealing his suicide belt, he shouted, "I'm going to kill you all." Right behind these doors, one eyewitness said Khan was going nuts, but several people tried to stop him in his tracks. There was a standoff as they threw furniture at him, grabbing whatever they could to prevent him from harming anyone else. He was chased out of the building onto London Bridge by John Crilly carrying a fire extinguisher and 2 other men armed with narwhal tusks.
Obviously followed him out, and there's been people coming down the bridge, so we just told them to get back. I managed to spray him, you can't see, Dad, and then managed to prod him with the tusk. And Steve just one-armed him to the floor, and we all jumped on him quick. Got the knives off him. Then the police was there within minutes. As the public were evacuated, Khan was tasered and then shot by armed police.
The fact that, as the jury determined, there were omissions or failures in the management of the attacker and in the sharing of information and guidance by the agencies responsible is simply unacceptable. And I'm so deeply sorry we weren't better than this in November 2019.
But many questions still remain about how those failures happened and why 2 young people trying to make a difference lost their lives that day. Martha Fairley, News at 10.